It's up for 2 Oscars this year, and it's got a lot of awards love behind it as well that it's already received. Let's talk about The Worst Person in the World. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It, and welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new foreign film, The Worst Person in the World. It is available in select theaters right now. However, it is up for a couple of Oscars, like I mentioned, so hopefully pretty soon it will be available for home viewing as well. But for now, it's just in those select theaters. It is up for Best International Feature Film and as well Best Original Screenplay. So a couple of awards for it, and it's already won some different awards in other organizations, including when it premiered at Sundance. It won the Best Actress Award, which she's not even nominated for at the Oscars, but we'll see if I think she's deserving among these current nominees. Anyway, before we get into this movie, I do want to welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. I've reviewed almost all of the major Oscar releases at this point, and if you wait till the end of my video when you hear my grade for this particular film, there will be a couple of links as well to dive in a little bit deeper to some of my other Oscar movies. So let's get this started. This is apparently part of a trilogy by Joachim Trier, the Oslo trilogy, and I don't really know. I didn't look into it, but I don't know if this particular character is a part of those. I don't think she is, though, because those movies have been, kind of a long time ago. Reprise was in 2006, and Oslo 31 August was in 2011. So I think maybe we're just calling it that because they're all taking place in Oslo. I don't know, but I don't believe that the lead actress here, Renate Reinsve, has anything to do with those movies. But anyway, this movie takes place over the course of about 4 years of this woman's life. It takes place in 12 chapters, and then there's also an epilogue and a prologue, and she plays Julie. And essentially, it is 4 years in this woman's life, basically navigating through career, love interests, her friend groups sort of changing, and some family stuff. And anyway, she has this epiphany in the beginning of the movie and decides to pursue psychology, leaves her boyfriend, falls for her teacher, falls for this guy, this comic book author, an illustrator who is 15 years her senior, and that causes some issues. But as we go along, she ends up meeting this other guy she really likes, and so it's basically just sort of slice of life kind of thing. So I have to be honest, I'm a little surprised this is getting all of this buzz, especially for this gal to get a Best Actress award at Cannes, not Sundance, at the Cannes Film Festival. She's fine. She's, look, the movie's all about her. She sells the role for sure. And I don't know what else was in competition specifically at Cannes, but I'm a little surprised that she's getting nominated elsewhere. I know she was nominated for BAFTAs as well, which is the British Academy Awards, just because this year was such a huge actress year. There's a lot of really good women up this year in the Academy Awards category. Jessica Chastain, Nicole Kidman, Kristen Stewart, all gave fantastic performances. Olivia Colman is up. Penelope Cruz is up. So I don't think she's better than any of them. And a couple of people I have on my snubs list, would also not include her, but she does a very good job in the movie. She really sells this character. And it is a pretty believable story as we go through. I sort of do like the chapter thing a little bit, because I do feel like life sometimes feels that way. We sort of cut ourselves into chapters, right? This is, this person's chapter, this is this career's chapter, whatever it is. So I sort of like that, and it tells you up front how many chapters are in it too. So while you're watching, you can kind of see, okay, well, I'm 3/4 through this movie. Some chapters are longer than others, but anyway, the score was very good as well. The score was written by Ola Flotum. Not familiar with her, but I don't watch a lot of Norwegian movies, so I guess that makes sense. In terms of its Oscar chances, look, this is not going to win Best International. That's going to be either Drive My Car, which has been nominated for Best Picture, or Flee, which has been nominated for a couple other things as well, documentary and animated. Flee is one of the only major nomination movies I have not reviewed yet, so that will be upcoming. But yeah, I don't think it has a chance against either of those. And Best Original Screenplay, I don't think it really has a shot there either. But look, it's nice to be invited to the dance. It's nice that this film has won a couple of other accolades. I think it is a fine film. But does it deserve to stand in competition with some of these other ones? I don't really think so. It does a couple of things that I really did not care for amidst all the things that I did like, and that is there's one scene sort of I don't even want to say in the middle because it's probably a little before that, but she is making breakfast in the morning and she's saying good morning to her man, and then all of a sudden we have sort of this pause and the entire world around her is frozen, and then she goes and runs off and meets this guy and whatever. We don't really get into spoiler territory here, but I'm not even sure if it's a spoiler because it didn't seem to happen. I think it was a fantasy sequence, a dream sequence, but then we see other things in this movie that are like, oh, well, maybe it did happen. So it was a very odd thing for this film to do. I didn't quite get it. Maybe it was a little too artsy for me. I don't know. But it's the only time in the movie it happens too. So I don't know. It was very jarring and bizarre. So I didn't love that. And then there's a scene later on in the movie where she does mushrooms and they do a drug trip. That is one of my least favorite conceits of a movie. It's just so overdone and overused. I will admit, usually it's more with pot, but I guess now that weeds become sort of more legal in a lot of places and not such a big deal, now we've moved on to doing more hallucinogenics in movies for our scenes, and it's fine. I mean, people do that in real life, and if we're doing slice of life stuff, okay, but it's one more thing that's just so sort of hackneyed in the film industry. Anytime something like this comes up, I'm always rolling my eyes. I'm like, oh, this trope again. So don't love that, but otherwise, you take those two sections out, and I think actually it's a pretty good movie. And I think she gives a very good performance as well in that lead role. Again, her name is Renate Reinsve, I want to say. But yeah, I thought she did a good job here. The comedy is a little bit all over the place. There's a lot of toilet humor here, a lot of sex humor, which I'm not a prude. I don't necessarily I don't know. I don't necessarily dislike that, but when I think of, a more artsy film, Cannes Film Festival, I don't think fart jokes. So that sort of threw me a little bit as well. But overall, this movie is just fine. I don't think it deserves to be, getting a lot of these accolades, but it is a fine movie for what it is. I give The Worst Person in the World a B. Bad name, too. They do mention it at one point in this movie, not in regards to her, but I think she's okay. She's doing all right. She's doing her best. She's certainly not the worst person in the world. A little bit hyperbolic there, but all right. So anyway, check these links out too. Like I said, there's a couple of nice Oscar videos for you to see, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.